and welcome to Innovator's Journey. This show is a series of interviews highlighting entrepreneurs, creatives, and visionaries with unique approaches to business. Our guest on the show today, Cody Arvidson, operates in multiple capacities as a coach, editor, researcher, founder, and CEO of the Dissertation Institute and Degree Solutions Group. Cody, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Your work spans various roles, from coaching to statistical research. How do these diverse skills come together in your approach with Degree Solutions Group?
I have been a jack of all trades in education since I was 20, believe it or not. As a result of that, I have a firm grasp on everything higher ed as far as the student experience, how to deal with professors, understanding what research is, understanding expectations for how to write. And I was always interested in career counseling, which I have a degree for that as well. So as a researcher, career counselor, former math major, I've put it all together in an opportunistic way. And as a result, I know how to help their students do those things. So I just do what people need when they need it, and I go learn what I need to learn. At life, if we're not learning, we're dead. So I'm out here helping people learn, and sometimes it's the puzzle of life, just trying to get a degree done. So I'm translating what professors say, and I'm really carefully empathizing with everyone that I work with and understanding that any one piece of the puzzle helps all the pieces click together is something I'm really good at. And that's why I've been very successful with my clients.
Mm-hmm. You've noted a decline in college attendance among the 18 to 24 demographic. Can you elaborate on some factors driving this trend and its potential implications for higher education?
Well, first of all, we talk about how we're having less birth rate. But that aside, the upper middle class and middle class kids, particularly the kids that would benefit from student loans, I don't want to call it financial aid because it's not so much aid as it's loans, are not seeing the value of that higher education. Even though all the research says if I go get a college degree, I will make twice as much money over my lifetime as that kid over there that did not go get a college degree.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to get loans. They don't want to be bogged down in this quagmire of debt that we keep talking about, the crushing student loan debt situation.
Mm-hmm.
Parents lose their retirements by trying to fund an education for their kids. So higher education has got a very big problem right now. And the government also has a very big problem dealing with higher education. But it's really affecting families who don't see beyond the current circumstances and see the opportunities. I literally fear that we will find ourselves in a situation where the United States is not an innovative leader in the world. It's frightening. But I also hope that as students see that when they turn 24, mom and dad's income tax does not affect their ability to get subsidized loans anymore, and it also improves their ability to get free money grants. I hope that we see more young adults who are over the age of 24 going and getting that education when they realize, I can go do this, I have this opportunity, and I can actually see how I can do better in the world than, I don't know, working at GameStop, and improve my circumstances and those of the people around me. But we have seen a literal decline. The middle class kids are like 10% down in enrollment as a group. Mm-hmm. So for all the kids who could be in college right now, we're 10% down because they don't want to go.
So Degree Solutions Group focuses on coaching clients toward goal attainment. What strategies do you find most effective in empowering clients to achieve their academic and professional aspirations?
The most important thing when working with people who are motivated to achieve a goal is meeting them where they're at, recognizing what they're ready and willing to do, what the steps are, what the tasks are for accomplishing the goal. Sometimes the goal is just, believe it or not, getting a professor to listen to them. So I can tell them how to speak the professor's language and what needs to be said there, because they are supposed to be psychic by virtue of the fact that I went and got a bachelor's degree and I went and got a master's degree. The professor expects me to know how to get my doctoral degree, but it's a totally different beast. So I help them understand how to master the beast by knowing where they are at in the process internally in their mind, because everybody's circumstance is so much different. And the other thing that I do is I give them hope, because they come to me afraid that I'm never going to get this doctorate. I've put $100,000 into this degree and I'm never going to get this degree. And I help them understand, oh yeah, you're going to get it. Failure is not an option, and here's how we're going to do this. And I have one client in particular, every time I meet with him, he's like, oh, Dr. Cody, I just feel so much better. I know I can see the end of the road. We are literally getting close to the end of his road. He has said that literally every week for the last 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. So giving them hope, meeting them where they're at, and then using those jack of all trade skills that I have so that they can see that, they've got a toolbox available to them, and they feel like they can make decisions. They feel empowered. That's really how I'm so successful. And when I say successful, I'm talking 95% of my clients get done with a doctorate. And that's 3 times as many as the average doctoral student in a university. Only 1/3 of people in a university who go for a doctorate get a doctorate. Mm-hmm. So I'm making sure they have the skill set to be amazing at earning this degree and carrying this credential with them for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. It's that saying, you didn't come this far just to come this far.
Right. You need this far to show something for it.
Yeah. So as the founder of the Dissertation Institute, what challenges do you see students facing with academic research, and how does your organization support them?
So part of the deal with the dissertation is students go through like 2 or 3 years of classes. They complete some sort of comprehensive exam. They call it a qualifying paper that says, you may now go forth and be free, my young Padawan, to go and do a dissertation. The problem is what the professors are doing is they're saying, oh, when we said go forth and be free, we just pushed you off this cliff. A friend of mine calls it being untethered. She goes, I felt like I was on a cruise ship. Everything was real guided. And then the next thing I knew, they tossed me off the cruise ship and I watched it sail away.
Right.
So I'm there as a part of the Dissertation Institute. We're there to support them and to tell them, no, you are not a castaway. You're not Tom Hanks. Your dissertation is not Wilson. And we help them know what the steps are, because they're not getting any of that information. Help them understand what they need to know skill-wise, because let's face it, some people take a research class and the professor sits there and tells stories about how that one time they did a survey with 8th graders in 1988 for 16 weeks, which doesn't help a person understand how to, do a informative interview with a research subject. And then I answer the questions they need asked. Professors don't answer questions. They answer a question with a question. So you say, well, Professor so-and-so, who should I put on my committee? Well, I don't know. Who do you want to put on your committee? Well, Professor so-and-so, I hear you hate Professor X. I don't hate Professor X, but I mean, it's up to you whether you might want to put them on the committee. What do you want to do? And I'm sitting there saying, okay, well, that was code for I don't like Professor X. I'm not going to admit I don't like Professor X, but if you put him on the committee, we're going to have fights. So I really help them navigate and translate professor politics. And as far as the Institute goes, getting groups of people together who are writing the same stage of the paper, or trying to understand statistics together, giving them kind of a classroom opportunity to do the writing, to have group therapy, if you will, with their peers who are at different schools. They don't understand that the culture of the dissertation pervades the entire world. Whether it's an Ivy League institution or a for-profit institution, it's the same culture in every single case. So there needs to be an institute out there that says, we're going to break the code. We're going to help you understand how to get through the culture and help you be successful.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your work on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
To learn more about Dr. Cody, head to www.degreesolutionsgroup.com, where you can book a free consultation. Until next time, I'm Jennifer Pierce. Thank you for watching Innovator's Journey.